Welcome. My name is Ellen, and I'm a sensuality consultant. Today, we're going to talk about becoming the greatest physical lover, part 1. There are so many things to know about becoming an artist in bed or wherever. Making love is a living art. And just like if you had a paintbrush and an easel, you wouldn't consider yourself a Picasso. Just because you have genitals doesn't mean that you are a dynamic, satisfying lover. There's so much misinformation out there that it's confusing. And then in today's world of technology, it's very difficult for young men especially to get enough partners to practice and to learn how to be a sensitive, caring lover. So today, I want to talk about things that you absolutely don't want to hear so that you can at least understand where you have to go from here. So if you've learned how to masturbate and to have your very first orgasm through masturbation, you did not have anyone expecting anything from you. And if you learned how to have your orgasm within 5 minutes of stimulation, what happens is that is the habit that you have set up for your body. And that is the habit that your body will continue to do whether there's a person with you or whether you're by yourself. It knows that as soon as there's any kind of intense, pleasurable stimulation, that within a couple of minutes, the explosion is going to happen. So you're going to have to unlearn all of everything that you have learned about stimulation and arousal and relearn a better orgasm habit. Now, why would you do that? Because, everybody thinks orgasms are all the same. Well, they're not. I liken it to boiling water. If you've allowed a rim of bubbles around the edge, you'll have steam, but you won't have that much heat. Certainly not much of an explosion. But if you put time and effort into the boiling, then at one point it becomes a very explosive, dynamic release. And that's the same thing with orgasm. It absolutely takes time. Now, a lot of people, guys especially, they learn and they get stimulated by watching pornography. Well, pornography is not educational. And they don't show you everything that you have to know that precedes the actual intercourse. So if you are looking to be a phenomenal lover, number one, remember that this takes time. It absolutely takes time. You cannot force someone to get excited quickly just because you have an erection. And you cannot force them to have an orgasm just because you or your ego wants to believe that they did. It takes a good lover at least 20 minutes of physical and mental stimulation before the average woman, before she has enough blood in her genitals to be able to have an orgasm. So you can't force this, you can't rush this. I don't care how much hot stuff you pour on her poor labia. That's just making it hot. It's not stimulating it. It might even be burning it. So be careful of the stuff that you're using. It's a good idea to understand that the orgasm starts in your mind. And I know a lot of people, if they're thinking that's a little kind of off the top, what do you mean it starts in the mind? Well, men are very visually stimulated and they like looking at the female body. But the female needs to have her imagination stimulated. So whether she fantasizes that he is some kind of incredible lover or that he is exciting in one way or another, there is some kind of mental stimulation that is going on. So the most important thing to remember is that the orgasm starts in the mind, and that if you want to have good quality sexual relations, you need to abandon all of the habits that got you to the point where your orgasm takes 5 minutes. And you'll have to want to relearn the habit of orgasm. Now, why would you want to do that? Because if you hold back and you learn how to hold back and control it so that this is the head that's doing the decisions, not the head between your testicles, then you will then you will be able to make wiser decisions. You'll be able to set a pace. You'll be able to stimulate your lover so that she is enjoying everything that you're doing. It does take a little bit of time. It does take a little bit of expertise. This is the beginning of my ebook where I'm going to talk about becoming the greatest physical lover every week. Just one little bit to add. If you have questions, come with your questions and I'll answer them for you. But this is the show basically designed to help all young men become the best lover that they can possibly become. And it doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are, how much you weigh. It doesn't matter if you're skinny. It doesn't matter if you're heavy. It doesn't matter. Once you know the skills, once you know the ingredients, you can make your sex life one of the most phenomenal, exciting, fun, delicious adventures of a lifetime. And it happens because of the time and energy that you're putting into it. So this week, learning to let go of all those bad habits. And next week, we're going to talk about creating your skills. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of an intro. Come with your questions every single week. Share the video with others if you like this program and if you believe that there is value to this program. Please like it and share it and subscribe to it, because I am here every week to try to help this world never forget that we are humans first, that we have a phenomenal potential for pleasure, that our bodies are covered with erogenous zones from the top of the head to the soles of the feet, and that our sex life is not something to be ashamed of. It is something to revel in. It is something to enjoy. It is something that if you're doing it right, it is giving you many wonderful health benefits, from improving your heart to stimulating getting enough oxygen into your mind, even working your muscles. So this is just the beginning, and I hope you will join me every single week. Subscribe so that you will get a notice or a notification that another show is coming up every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me. Next week, we're going to have another conversation. I hope you enjoyed today, and I look forward to next week. Namaste. Do your Kegels. Bye for now.